and welcome back. We are learning more about a deadly shooting that happened early this morning in Perry County. We know the man killed died from multiple gunshot wounds. WYMT's Connor James has the latest.
Now, police tell us that shooting happened around 1 a.m. this morning. It happened basically across from the post office in the community of Jeff. Now, Highway 7 by the post office was closed for most of the night as Kentucky State Police and multiple other law enforcement agencies investigated the shooting. Officials with the Perry County Coroner's Office tell us the man who died had multiple gunshot wounds. Now, people who live in the area say they heard gunfire at about 12:30 in the morning, and law enforcement quickly arrived on the scene. They say they wish they could say it was a quiet community, but they say there's a lot of foot traffic throughout the night in the area, and they're not that surprised something like this actually happened.
You know, last night, 12:30, 1 o'clock, you know, my kids were asleep. Thank God that they didn't have to hear it or witness it, because you know, that's what you want to keep your family safe, and you think you'd like to think you're safe, but then the next thing you know, someone's gunned down across the street, you know, under the shadow of a church steeple, and it's just tough.
Now, as of right now, law enforcement officials say they are still working on this case. As for the body, it was sent to the state medical examiner's office for an autopsy. I'm in Jeff. Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
The crime scene is no longer active. The coroner's office tells us the gunshot wounds were not self-inflicted. No arrests have been made that we know of, and we are just learning the victim's name. Just in, he is identified as 46-year-old Johnny Newman. We'll have more on this later tonight. Deputies say a teenager accused of attacking his father was high on meth. It happened off Old Way Road near London last night. Deputies say the man you see there on your screen, 20-year-old Zachary Cotton, attacked his father and destroyed parts of the house. When deputies arrived, Cotton was sitting in a car with a woman and jumped out when he saw police. After a brief scuffle, Cotton was arrested. Deputies say they found needles and a straw in his possession. The woman in the car with Cotton was also arrested. A man that police say robbed a store last night in Tennessee is behind bars. It happened at a Knoxville Dollar General. 39-year-old Eric Neubauer is accused of jumping over the counter and holding a woman at gunpoint while he robbed the store. Police say they used a canine to track Neubauer to nearby apartments. When they arrested Neubauer, they found cash on him. They also found a black backpack, a pair of jeans, a gun, and the hoodie police say he wore during the robbery. Police said the employee identified Neubauer as the robbery suspect. Police in Seattle abandoned a neighborhood following weeks of protests after the death of George Floyd. Protests are calling Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood a, quote, cop-free zone. Police recently boarded up their precinct building and left.
This also is our building, as we paid for this, and we paid for their works, and everything that they do is supposed to benefit the people.
The new peace on the streets follows a week of nightly standoffs. Last night, President Donald Trump tweeted to Washington's governor and Seattle's mayor saying if they did not take their city back, he will. He also called the protesters domestic terrorists. One person was injured as protesters took down pieces of a Confederate statue in Portsmouth, Virginia last night. The man's condition is unknown. The president of the Black Lives Matter 757 said the statue fell directly on the man. The crowd dispersed after the incident.
We've seen much more comfortable conditions return back to the mountains today after kind of a stormy day yesterday. We started out with a few clouds, but other than that, it's been kind of nice throughout the day. We'll take you up to just a few of those cameras as we look along Interstate 75 into London. You could see the cloud cover we saw a little bit earlier this morning, but we've been working to see that move out of here. We're starting to see those beautiful blue skies. A few clouds still lingering as we head into the evening hours, but most of those will start to move out of here. Looking over into Stonecrest and Prestonsburg, plenty of sunshine, a few of those white puffy clouds, but still looking gorgeous out there this afternoon. Temperatures not too bad, especially compared to the upper 80s, lower 90s that we've seen the past several days. A lot of us into about the mid to upper 70s, a little bit warmer down into the Cumberland Valley, 80 over into Irvin, but check out the lower 70s from Prestonsburg, Pikeville, and Wise, and even Harlan at 76. So pretty comfortable temperatures across the mountains. You can see those clouds, well, they've been pushing out of here throughout the past couple of hours as that cold front, really the last stretch of this cold front continuing to push out of our area. So heading throughout the rest of the evening hours, we're going to continue to see that sunshine and temperatures into the 70s. We'll see those clear skies, especially heading into the overnight hours. It'll make overnight lows a little bit cooler than what we've seen. We are going to continue to see the sunshine and comfortable temperatures heading into your Friday and into the weekend. I'll have a look at that weekend forecast coming up in a little bit.
All right, Paige, thank you. It is day 5 in the search for Tyler Russell, a 22-year-old Hazard native who went missing while swimming in Laurel Lake on Saturday afternoon. WYMT's Lacey Roberts talked with Tyler's wife and mother about the ongoing search today.
Yeah, like you mentioned, today is 5th day in the search for Tyler Russell, and right behind me is the trail that Tyler's wife, cousins, and friends used to get to that swimming hole. Now speaking with Tyler's mother, Janet Cottle, and wife, Danielle Russell, both say the search for Tyler has been difficult. But since the search began, they stayed under this pavilion, mentioning if Tyler turns up, this would be the first place he would come, knowing his family and friends were searching for him. A local church stopped by, dropping off water and food for the family. They also mentioned Tyler's love for adventure and outdoors, knowing in their hearts that he is out there and okay.
I don't know, the farther you get away from here, the farther you get away from him. And I don't want him to feel like I'm leaving him, you know? Because he's not alone. He's got my heart inside him always.
Now search and rescue crews are using sonar technology to check the water. Tyler's mother said even at one point she saw a helicopter and is thankful that crews are doing all that they can to help find her son. For now, in Corbin, Lacey Roberts, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, Lacey, thank you. We'll have more from Tyler's family coming up at 6. A human skull was found in Johnson County Sunday morning. Deputies say the skull was discovered in a person's driveway. They believe dogs carried it there. The skull was sent to Frankfort, where it will be examined for possible identification. If you have any information, you can call the Johnson County Sheriff's Office at 606-789-3411. As the June 23rd primary election nears, the deadline to request an absentee ballot is June 15th. Nearly 2,700 people in Perry County alone have requested an absentee ballot so far. That ballot has to be postmarked or delivered to the clerk's office by Election Day. Secretary of State Michael Adams says county clerks have 1 week after the election to report their vote totals.
A lot of counties are having a very high absentee turnout, and people are waiting and waiting to get the ballots back. And those counties are going to wait until they have every ballot received back before they announce anything. So it's going to differ by county.
Adams says the sooner people mail back their ballots, the sooner they will get counted and have the results for races. It's certainly going to be a much different election night than usual, as we may not know the results for a little while. Well, while the NBA, NHL, NASCAR, and the MLS are set to start this summer, Major League Baseball still does not have a plan in place, which means we will not see Louisa native Chandler Shepard back on the mound for the foreseeable future. The Lawrence County graduate made his Major League debut in 2019 with the Baltimore Orioles, but now his career is on hold with COVID-19 and no agreement between the MLB and Players Association. However, Shepard is focusing on the positives during this time.
I just don't want to, if I sit around every day and I'm stressed out about it or start worrying, I just feel like that doesn't solve anything for me. So I'm just trying to relax and then trying to take a positive out of it, that I get to spend time with my family and stuff. And then, once we get to go back and play, then everything will be worked out and all the contracts and stuff, then it should be good.
Shepard started 3 games in 2019. Late basketball great Kobe Bryant was known for much more than his talent on the court. For many, he was an inspiration, and the Television Academy wants to honor his life with an Emmy. Kobe was a fixture on television screens for more than 20 years, and he was the subject of tens of thousands of sports highlights. But yesterday, the Academy said they were moved to honor him for much more than that. They pointed out his, quote, legacy of philanthropy, community building, and inspiration. The posthumous Los Angeles Area Emmy Governor's Award in Kobe's honor will be presented on July 18th. Straight ahead, daycares are reopening across the United States. Find out how they are keeping your child safe just ahead.
And we'll have more sunshine heading into the next several days, along with some pretty comfortable temperatures heading into the weekend. I'll have a look at that forecast coming up.